I quit my job 16 months ago because I was struggling with my anxiety for the first time. And that's when I started getting interested again in my life and self. Even with 10 years of experience in software engineering, I hit a break point and got crushed by pressure and I was lost. I decided to push a pause button and give myself a sabbatical year like a professors or CEOs. First thing I did was reading a book that I was interested, which was explaining human history from evolutionary theory. The way the author, Richard Dawkinson, was explaining his theory and thoughts were articulate based on rational and logical thinking. I got sucked into this way of thinking he was demonstrating in the book. Evolution theory naturally led me to learn history of human, earth, and universe. And I started consuming different thoughts and perspectives from many different intellectuals, including well-known linguist Noam Chomsky. He gave me a different perspective of looking and translating political and societal issues. And one day, my wife shared the brief story of Allegory of the Cave written by Plato. I was shocked by the simplistic way of his allegorical explanation. I immediately started reading his books. The first thing was, of course, the allegory of the cave. He explains how we as a human are confined within a system of thinking that was imposed by society, which was built by humans. Understanding a bit of evolution helped me to understand the nature of human and living creatures in terms of survival and reasons of different methodologies. The next book was Republic. I had no idea about the book and thought it was a boring book about country or society. Interestingly, it explains what human nature is and how different education can help them to become more human. I really liked the book, so I recommend it to several friends. Listening to Plato was really profounding and fascinating. The depth of thinking and clarity is something I have never seen in my life. I started building my confidence in thinking differently from conventional way of it. It encouraged me to question everything around me and reevaluate things based on my ability to think and analyze. Only question I have to ask is always, am I being rational about how I think and what I think it is right? In order to do that, having an open mind was crucial. And I got into Nietzsche. I studied from gay science, moved to antichrist, human all to human, and beyond good and evil. He is my favorite modern philosopher so far, and I believe that he has very acute sense of analyzing human behavior and status quo of society. After consuming different ideas, I decided to work again. I started studying for lit code problems and system design. I solved 470 lit code problems and practiced more than 20 different system design questions. Lit code was doable, but system design was very difficult. I struggled. Over the 4 months period, I interviewed 15 different companies, went into 10 on site interviews, resulted in 3 offers. And I was very lucky to get into Facebook. Going through all these interviews and pressure was really difficult for me. I even shed tears in between Databricks on site interviews. Regardless of how I was doing mentally, being introduced into philosophy became invaluable, and I genuinely loved this for the first time. Not because I'm good at it, but because it helps me to find what I am and who I am. One thing I think I understood was everything is multi-layered. We see what we know, but there are always deeper layers behind it. That's why I decided to have open-minded for the rest of my life. I always think, what I want out of my life. It's because without purpose, I know that I cannot thrive. However, I do not want to create a purpose for the sake of having it. I seek my truth, and I'm very grateful that I'm privileged to be able to think independently and decide my own journey using my own compass with help from others. I think I want to help society and people, small or big. I don't know what and how. In order to be able to achieve what I want in the future, I decided to focus on learning different aspects of problem solving and people skills at competitive workplaces. This is a good start for me to motivate myself for the next couple of years. My wife promised that I can take another year off if I make $1 million, and I'm really looking forward to it.